I'm Glenn McGinnis, and this is Outburst. On the program, are COVID-19 vaccinations a priority for you?
Yes, they're a priority. I think that I have 4, I want 5.
It was helpful at a time, but I think now, no, definitely not.
They were. They're not now.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
But first, Volkswagen will be opening its first electric vehicle battery plant over 370 acres of land in St. Thomas, Ontario. Many people consider this a victory, as it will create thousands of jobs for Canadians and be a big boost to the economy. But it does come with a price, as the federal government will be kicking in roughly $13 billion in subsidies to get it up and running. But while this agreement is being touted as a major victory, some feel it just costs way too much money, and that money could be better spent elsewhere. So, what do you think? Our question.
Should the federal government provide $13 billion in subsidies for Volkswagen to build a battery manufacturing plant in Canada?
Absolutely, because they'll make much more than that back over the next 50 years to 100 years. It's a good investment. It's like buying the 407 expressway. You won't lose.
Yes, I think they should, basically because that's the future, right? We come into electric vehicles and that, and why should we be bringing everything from out of the country when we can do it here? I think it's important to keep up with what's going on in the world, and that's where it's going. So
I don't agree with it, because I think people put a lot of false hope into battery production, thinking that it's eco-friendly to have all electric vehicles, but what they're not realizing is the detriment to our environment when those batteries have to be recycled, and how the net carbon difference ends up being almost negligible in comparison to more efficient gas operated vehicles.
I'm on the fence about that. I think that, yes, we need battery operated cars, but I think that budget is quite high. I'd like that to be looked into further in terms of how much they actually need. But yes, I think promoting battery operated cars is a great thing, but I think we also have to look at kind of where we're moving in the future too.
If the government can prove that it's going to help the economy over a fairly limited period of time under the present economic circumstances.
Yeah, I've heard the pros and cons of this, and I'm kind of leaning on the side that they probably should, because we want to keep some of this technology in Canada, and it seems like an awful lot of money, and there's other needy causes. But from what I hear, if you don't step up to the plate and play ball with the Americans, you're going to lose all this industry, and all the business will go south of the border.
There's examples of what lithium has done to other parts of the world. Just destroys the landscape. So yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, yeah, it creates jobs, but where's this sort of green, initiative that they're constantly talking about, and then dollars over any of that stuff. So I don't think they should.
I think it's worthwhile for the federal government to be investing in more renewable energies at this time. So I would support it, although I would be interested to have more details about what Volkswagen is providing to set up the manufacturing facility as well.
For years, airline industries have gotten subsidies because other countries give airline industry subsidies. Is it the same for the automotive sector? Is there a risk that we'll lose the industry? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a complicated answer. I think I understand the argument for throwing the money at them, but corporate welfare is a national habit, I'm afraid, and it makes you wonder about the whole thing. And really, aren't we attractive as a destination, irrespective of the fact we can bribe some companies to come here? Now, I know that our real problem is that we're coexisting with the United States, which is going to scoop up all of our manufacturing capability if we don't defend ourselves. And I think that would be the one argument that you'd have sympathy for.
They could put the money towards something better, like the homeless, there's all kinds of needs out there as opposed to building a car.
Seems like a lot of money, but if it's going to create jobs, we have to balance what the positives are against, the expense that they're putting out. If it's going to create a lot of high-paying jobs and maintain the employment levels and generate some jobs in areas that are suffering, it's probably a good thing.
I think it's forward thinking because slowly but surely we'll have to get out of oil and gas for vehicles. We'll have to move more towards electrically powered vehicles. And so it's looking towards the future.
Well, I feel like there could be other things that could be used, like the money that could be used for. Like there are still places in Canada that don't have clean water. That I don't know. Like $13 billion, that's a lot of money, and we should be providing more safe environments for Indigenous people and making those communities safe and making sure those people are comfortable and healthy. Yeah.
Yes, I do. Because my husband, he worked at GM for many, many years, retired, and the money that was invested there did all kinds of things and different jobs for all kinds of people in that area. So yes, I totally agree.
Recently, NATO released a report about how Canada is falling short on defense spending. NATO members are recommended to contribute 2% of their GDP. Canada is sitting at 1.29%, lower than previous years. The US spends more than anyone at 3.1% of their GDP. But with tensions rising around the world and Canada's north becoming increasingly vulnerable, seemingly with each passing year, should we be investing more in our defense than we have been up to now? Our question.
Should the federal government invest more in our military?
I think we should, because we made a promise that we'd try and keep up with all the other countries that are involved with NATO to try and reach a 2% goal. And I think it's disingenuous to say that we're not going to do that now after we've agreed and all the other countries seem to be stepping up to the plate. So I think we need to do our bit. If we're going to rely on the Americans to be big brother and protect us in needy times, we've got to at least pretend that we're helping.
We should spend more money on military to defend Canada. I'm not sure about going to war overseas. We are a part of NATO, we are a part of the UN, but both seem to be impotent in delaying or stopping world conflict.
That one's tricky. I know there is a lot more conflict just happening globally currently. So it seems like that may become important in the future. But my, idealist wish would be that we would never need to use the military and the money could be better spent helping end homelessness or poverty in Canada. So a bit torn on that one.
That's a tricky question, I mean, yes, it's important to have defense, but how much are they intending to spend? That's the other question. What other resources are they taking from in order to, facilitate the military? I don't know. I can't really answer that question. It's just geopolitically what's going on right now. Everybody's tensions are rising. Everybody's trying to militarize and put more money into their military. So,
well, I know about the 2% commitment for NATO and that we're not coming close and haven't, and that Trudeau has declared that we'll not manage it ever. I think we have to think about sort of national stature amongst our allies, and if Finland can do it and a whole bunch of peace-loving countries like that, you should think we'd be able to pull it together to at least come up to the minimum support commitment.
I think that there's so many better things that the money could be spent on, like affordable housing. I'm not on board with that, no.
But eventually we'll have to have something, because with they can go from Arctic, to get to us and everything, and with the US it's gonna go above us if there's anything, so we have to be prepared. But I really think that we have so much other thing to get money into,
Yes, probably, but I think they should wait a little bit, because right now after the COVID, I think economy is doing a bit bad. So I think they should put it back on its wheel and then invest more in the military, because of the Russian threat and of the Arctic. We're close to them. So I think yes, we should eventually.
I don't think so. We've been talking. This has been a subject the past week or so. It's hard with our, We already spent a lot of money. We're a peacekeeping nation. I think we should stick to that in intelligence and things like that. I think we're very good at that. As far as having guns and ammunition, people on, it's hard to find people too. First of all, it's hard to find people on the ground and hiring people, so they're really having trouble finding that right now. So it's a very hard thing to do, to recruit people, yes.
Maybe recruitment and leadership needs to be more of a focus than actual expenditure. But when you look that we have such a big country with coast to coast to coast, and I think maybe more investment into the north, it would be helpful, but only with partnership with Indigenous peoples as well. So only if it's suitable for there and for the whole nature as well. Like everything has to be considered. It's a bigger picture, right, to be looking at. So that's all.
I believe we have to invest more money in our military to keep up with what the rest of the civilized world is doing, and to guard against what's going on in Russia and what's going on in China, and that, yes, we have to. Yeah.
Yes, I think they should too. We can't continue on our neighbors to the south to protect us from everything, and we want to help around the world with things like Ukraine and Russia and China and Sudan and all that. So we have to put some money into it. We can't keep flying old planes and old helicopters. So yes, I think so. Yeah.
Kind of like mixed feelings about it. I think in some regards we need to invest a little bit more to have more updated equipment, but I also wouldn't want to be like our other counterparts of the developed world where they spend a lot of money on their military and don't prioritize other services that are equally as important for people that are actually living in the country and dealing with it on a day-to-day basis.
I think our military is lacking, for sure. I think that they could be promoting and investing more money. I think with things happening nowadays in terms of the world and where it's at, I think we should start to look at how ready are we for something happening. Not that we want it to happen, but I think they could look at how they can promote and boost that, for sure.
I think that the concern with the Canadian military is that if we don't invest in the Canadian military, that we could end up in a situation where we are very dependent on our southern neighbors for their military might. And we don't really want a vacuum situation if the US government starts pulling out of certain areas around the world. So I think that there definitely needs to be a careful balance between maintaining a military that can do its job versus completely defunding it and having us reliant essentially on another country that has a bit of a history of maybe not being politically stable, especially in the last few years. So I know that there is a lot of aging infrastructure inside the Canadian military, so they just need to be careful where they place that money and ensure that it is the best use of that money for Canadians.
How many Canadian prime ministers never sat in Parliament as prime minister? 1, 3, or 5?
3. Yes, 3. That sounds right. 3.
5.
I'll go 3.
I'll agree with that one. 3.
1.
1.
3.
I want to say 3. But you made that face now, so I want to say 5. Is it 1?
It's 3.
I was right.
You did it.
Of Canada's 23 prime ministers since Confederation, 3 have never stood in Parliament while occupying the role. All 3 took over the leadership roles of their respective parties before an election followed soon after. The first, Sir Charles Tupper, one of the fathers of Confederation, was Prime Minister from May to July 1896, a total of 63 days, the shortest tenure in Canadian history. His Conservative government never faced a parliament. It eventually lost to the Liberals, led by Sir Wilfrid Laurier. The second was John Turner. He was Prime Minister from May to September 1984. When Pierre Trudeau retired from politics in 1984, Turner was his successor after winning the leadership of the Federal Liberal Party. Just 9 days after succeeding Trudeau, even though he could have waited a year, he called an election for September and was soundly defeated by Brian Mulroney's Progressive Conservatives. Turner was Prime Minister for a total of 79 days. The third was Kim Campbell, Canada's first and only female Prime Minister. Her tenure lasted from June to November 1993, a total of 132 days. After Brian Mulroney resigned from politics, Campbell won the Progressive Conservative Party leadership and called an election soon after. However, her party suffered a crippling defeat at the hands of Jacques Chrétien and the Liberal Party, going from a majority government to just 2 seats. It would be the largest electoral loss by a federal government in Canadian history.
Getting a COVID-19 vaccine was once a high priority for many people around the world, but now, more than 3 years after the outbreak, demand has fallen. The World Health Organization has also declared the coronavirus no longer poses a global health threat. We sent our cameras out to ask Canadians if getting their COVID shot is as high up on their priority lists as in previous years. Our question:
Are COVID-19 vaccinations a priority for you?
I'm still not sure about the Pfizer impact, on our health, to be honest. So for me, I think we should get back to our normal life and just be careful, of course, with protection and everything. But I don't think vaccine is something I would want to have a booster every year. I think that's a little ridiculous, to be honest.
Yes.
And why is that?
Because I think prevention, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yes, I know scientists work really hard for research on that COVID vaccine, and I know it's pretty useful for anti-COVID, the biggest pandemic in the world, and scientists are really work hard, and I also research on science.
For me personally, yes, I'm triple shotted just to be sure, and I think for everyone it's better to be safe than sorry.
And why do you feel that way?
Well, because it's COVID, I had family that died from it, so I think it's it's important to protect ourselves and make sure because it's easily avoidable. We just gotta take a few vaccines.
No, I've got 4 and that's enough for me.
Totally fair. Do you feel like COVID is less of an issue now?
I don't even think about it now.
Yes, yeah, they are. I do have underlying conditions and I want to protect my health. I want to be around a long time, and it helped me get through, what we went through with all the heavy duty vaccines and everything. I'm right up to date on my shots, and I'll continue to be so.
They are. I'm also a healthcare worker, so I believe in vaccines. We've had vaccines for decades for other illnesses. They're tried and true. We've had, Canada was pivotal in the polio vaccine development, and that helped save millions of people's lives. So I believe in the COVID-19 vaccines. I myself am vaccinated. I support everybody who is vaccinated, and I support educating people who are weary about it, because I understand that science can be scary if you're not if you're unsure about what they're saying.
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm a healthcare worker and I do believe in the science behind vaccines and how they work towards ending pandemics. So yes, I do. As someone who administered COVID vaccines, I speak very highly of them. No.
Why not?
Because I don't think it really helped in many ways. I think it was something that was it was helpful at a time, but I think now, no, definitely not.
I have done my due diligence. I have been vaccinated. I work with children. I work with vulnerable populations, so I know that I need to do what I can to ensure that I am not increasing the spread.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I just think it's really important that everybody has done their part and worked together to beat the pandemic, instead of focusing on maybe individual opinions, but really working together, following the science, and protecting each other, right? Because many of us have young children, older people in our lives, and then COVID was particularly devastating for the middle-aged people as well. And so I think it's essential that everybody continue to follow the science and really work together to support ourselves as a community of people, not just as individuals.
Yeah, I would say COVID-19 vaccines are absolutely a priority for me. I've had my 5 shots that I currently qualify for, but I get COVID pretty much every 5 months as the vaccine efficacy wears out, and I do get pretty sick for a week, and so as soon as the next vaccine's available, I will definitely be participating in that round of vaccinations.
Oh, I'm heavy on the side of vaccinations. I'm a doctor and I know they work, and so I agree with my daughter that to be a publicly minded person, you need to be thinking about everybody and protecting everybody, not just what feels good to you.
I would say they were a priority. I mean, obviously, it's very important that they happened. You know, I'm fully vaccinated. I'm on my second booster, so 4 shots in total. So, you know, I did get COVID. I'm sure around the corner there might be some other, you know, version of it, you know, mutating or whatever. So it is important.
Yes, they're a priority. I think that I have 4, I want 5. I took my mom to get her 5th. I tried to get my 5th early. The nice person who answered the phone from the province, let me know that I wasn't eligible yet, which is fine. But as soon as they are, like, I was one of those people that got the AstraZeneca because it came up faster. And I'm like, yeah, give it to me. 100%. It's the ideal thing. I don't understand people who don't want other people to get vaccines.
Well, I've had every available one, so I guess you'd say it was a priority. I don't think it's not a difficult thing to commit to. I get flu shots annually and used to do that before the COVID loomed. And I certainly wouldn't let a child go unvaccinated against measles and this and that. So I have to be pretty on side here.
They were. They're not now. I myself, nor anyone I have known, has contracted COVID, but I think the vaccines prevent people from straight up dying. So is it a priority for me right now? No, it's not, but it was. And I think it was a healthy choice as well.
Canadian political parties can collect and use your personal info with almost no restrictions attached, and the federal government seemingly wants to keep it that way. But Canada's Privacy Commissioner says these rules need to be changed when it comes to gathering your personal info. There's also been complaints by Canadians about a surge in robocalls and unsolicited holiday greeting cards from political parties. There was also an incident reported earlier this year about the Green Party of Canada violating its own internal rules by publishing sensitive information about some of their voters and members online. So, should something be done to stop this? Our question.
Should political parties be exempt from privacy laws when collecting your personal data?
Yeah, I say no.
Why not?
It's private information. We're too, the internet and the cell phones, everybody's collecting your information and we're losing ourselves.
No, because they should keep your data private. Yeah, so they shouldn't be exempt.
Definitely not. Why do you think that? Because it's personalized. I think that my data should be a little more, I should have the option to be able to expose it if I want to or if I don't. I should, that should be my decision.
Yeah, I do. I think there are certain situations where I think that power is important for them to have. Obviously, it's hard to measure intention with a lot of people based on the information that you gather. But I think the reason why those people are in those positions are because of public trust. And so I feel that it is in our best benefit to have people speaking on our behalf rather than the average person bearing down on an opinion like that and giving maybe like a misguided or a misinterpreted view of what their exemption means and what exactly the full extent or what they'd seek to do with that exemption is.
Absolutely not. Freedom and democracy calls for transparency as much as humanly possible. And there's no reason why the government should not be subjected to the same principles and laws that the public is. So absolutely, they should be held to account when it comes to prying into an individual's life choices and whatnot.
I don't think political parties should be exempt from privacy laws. I understand they do need access to the population to make a case for why you should vote for them. But I have experienced kind of the invasive feeling of receiving too many messages, especially like texted to my phone, which feels like a bit more of a personal space compared to receiving emails from a party or something like that. So I don't think I would agree to exempt them from privacy laws.
They should not. Are you kidding me? No. I mean, even Canadian Tire just this week, they were called out. They were doing facial recognition without anybody knowing. People coming in and out of the store. So yeah, no, they should not be protected. From taking our rights, not our personal data. No way.
No, they should not be exempt. If they collect any information from us, it should be private between us and that party, not for advertisement or for any other purpose whatsoever.
I think they have a large part to play in defending the privacy and protecting their citizens' privacy. And it's the political and economic powers should work together in building that community of safety and data privacy. So definitely should not be exempt.
And they should not be. I mean, come on. Why should there be one rule for everybody else and a rule for them? I mean, I know why they do. They want that information, but they've got to play by the rules. And I think they've been playing fast and loose for way too long. I mean, I used to be involved with campaigns over the years, and the amount of information we gathered on people, it made me uncomfortable at the time even gathering that information.
No, I think it's important for the government to be transparent in all aspects, and if they request information from us, I think it's only fair that we know what's done with that information.
Thanks for watching this episode of Outburst on CPAC. If you have any comments about this show or any other show, you can find us on social media. You can also find us on our website at www.cpac.ca. I'm Glenn McGuinness, and on behalf of my colleagues at the Cable Public Affairs Channel, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.